Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. My name is Marie, and I'm still continuing the discussion on food, even though I'm getting nasty emails on how dare I talk about diet and nutrition when I look like I do. But for all of you that want to leave me those nasty comments, take a look at the picture on my profile. That's actually me. I used to weigh 350 pounds and now I'm down to just a little under 180. As a matter of fact, I want to report that ever since starting to take the iodine and the T2, I have lost 6 pounds, which I have not lost any weight in like a year. So I'm kind of excited. I was hoping it was more, but I'm thrilled with the 6 pounds. At least I'm heading that direction and not that direction. So that's good. So today I want to talk to you about fat and how I got to this video. I've been on this journey, this whole healing journey and learning journey and everything else for 5 years now. I don't really want to count the first 2 years because the first 2 years, I had just gotten out of the hospital and I was listening to what doctors were telling me. Make sure that you drink plenty of water, make sure that you eat vegetables with your meals, eat plenty of greens, and make sure that you get your protein in the form of lean chicken or fish. And it has to be this much because for all those of you out there that don't know, this is a serving. And so the first thing that I did when I got out of the hospital was I threw all my large plates away. Obviously, I had no idea what a serving was. And I bought all brand new, very smaller plates. But after 2 years, I just wasn't feeling any better. I was doing horrible. I still had horrible pains in my back where I would literally lay down and my back would just throb. And I could feel it all up and down my spine, just throbbing. Or I was getting the migraines, or my feet were swelling, on and on. So I had a friend that told me, why don't you go vegetarian? And I did. And I felt a lot better. So I thought, if vegetarian is good, then vegan must be better. So I went to vegan, and literally at that point, my whole life changed because I got to the point where I was able to lay down and not have the throbbing. The headaches had started going away. The swelling in my legs had started to go down. But there was a lot of embarrassment because all my friends ate meat. So I didn't want to say anything when I got together with them or anything because, I wasn't doing it for ethical reasons. I was doing it for health reasons. And I always, even when I went and somebody said, oh, do you want to try this meatball? I'm like, no, I can't eat those, because my health won't allow it. Now I'm very proud to say that I am vegan, and I have no problems with people calling me the salad shooter. I have friends that actually call me that. And, and they call me veggie, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm good with that. But I figured, if vegetarian was good, vegan was better, I was going to go raw vegan. So I went raw vegan. So for all of you out there that keep telling me, go raw, Marie, go raw, I've already been there. And it was really, for me, it did not work for me. It was actually really pretty bad for me. I had a lot of intestinal issues, and eating cold raw foods only made those issues worse. I did raw vegan for 9 months. I did a lot of the juicing, the whole bit. I even did water fasting, which turned into a nightmare because on I think it was day 11 that I did the water fasting, the water started tasting really weird to me. And I kept telling the person that was helping me, the lady that was helping me, I was like, I don't want any more of that. It's just, I would literally try to take a drink of water and I would start gagging and trying to throw up. It was just there. And she would taste the water and she's like, Marie, there's nothing wrong with the water. It tastes, no, it was the nastiest taste. It was like a metallic, I can't even begin to tell you the taste that it had, but we had to end the water fast on day 11 because of that. But I did the juice and everything else, and it didn't work for me. It made my adrenals worse. My feet were always freezing. My hands were always freezing. I was always freezing. I had friends that would come over and they're like, do you know it's 80 degrees in this house? And I'm like, really? Because it's really cold. I used to sleep with tons of blankets on my feet. I mean, it was horrible. And the way that everything came in this end came out the same way the other end. I wasn't digesting anything. So I finally had a friend who suggested that I go get some acupuncture, and I went to go get some acupuncture, and I talked to the DO there, really nice lady, and she's the one that took me off the raw after 9 months. There was a lot of other side things about the raw. You know, I think that if you're a single person, or if you and your partner are both raw, I think that's a great deal. But I think it's very hard, and it kind of alienates you. The diet really alienates you. At least it did with me, my family, you know, everybody, my friends. It was like, oh, you don't eat that way anymore? Then why are we going to invite you? You know, and it's the stricter I got on my diet, the worse it got. So after 9 months of being raw vegan, I got off the raw, and I still, don't get me wrong, I still eat a lot of raw foods, a lot, but I have incorporated some warm foods, and it's helped me tremendously, and helped me to heal my ulcer, and helped me to heal my diverticulitis and my Crohn's and every other freaking disease that I ended up getting diagnosed with. You know, and you have to understand that I came from a diet of like pure sugar and carbs. That was all I ate. I hadn't touched a banana in, I don't know, I can't even remember. When I first ate a banana, I was like, wow, I haven't eaten a banana in like 8 years, 10 years. I'm telling you, I ate no fruits and vegetables. So, so finally, this is where I finally am today. And one thing that I learned, and this is what I want to talk to you about today, is the fat. Because I spent a year on raw, and I know there's a bunch of you out there that's going to go, well, that's why you didn't succeed on the raw. That doesn't explain all the undigested food. You know, there's a thing where everybody that does raw or does vegan, you know, they go into this gourmet thing because you're giving up a lot of really good foods, and nobody wants to just live on fruits and vegetables. That's just, you know, how boring is that? I don't want to do it. So they start doing this gourmet thing. So I would wake up in the morning, I would have my smoothie, and I would add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil to my smoothie. That was my first dose of fat. Then in the afternoon, I would have my nice salad. In between there, I would probably eat, you know, a mango or an apple. And then for lunch, I would have a salad drizzled with olive oil and some avocados. There went my second dose of fat, and my third dose of fat, and my fourth. And then towards the middle of the afternoon, I would get hungry. So I would have apples and almond butter as something to eat. I went another dose of fat. And then for dinner, you know, I would have whatever. I would have squash or, you know, zucchini or something like that. And, you know, of course, with some fat in it too. And, you know, sometimes before I went to bed, I would have like a quick avocado before going to bed, because all I kept hearing was, oh, it's good fat. Oh, it's good fat. Hey, it's good fat. It's good for you. That is a lie. I found out really fast that fat is fat is fat. It does not matter. When you start putting into your body, you start gaining weight. So I started talking to a lot of vegans that were thin, and I started talking to a lot of vegans who were not so thin. You know, they were overweight. And a lot of the vegans would tell me, oh, well, I said, well, how much fat do you consume a day? Oh, well, I have avocados and I have coconut oil and I have this and I have that. And there's a lot of people on Facebook that I've seen that really push the fat thing because it's good fat. So it's okay to have 2 and 3 avocados with your salad and drizzle it with, oils and everything else. And I found that was not the case at all. So the minute that I went on the iodine and the T2, I also cut my fat down to about 2 tablespoons of fat a day. That's the best way I can put it, because I don't want to sit there and tell you percentage, because a lot of people go, well, how much is 10% of fat in a diet? So I went down to 2 tablespoons a day. So what I would do is, if I was going to have avocado, I would only have 2 tablespoons. That's it. That's the only fat I would put into my diet. If I was going to do olive oil, that was it. I wouldn't do avocados. I could only use 2 tablespoons of olive oil, whatever the case may be. At one point, I started really doing some research, and I was looking into Gerson, and they are really, I don't want to say under the impression, because the man knew his stuff, and he did a lot of research, and I think he was way ahead of his time. But they have documented and researched the fact that all oils are bad for you. All of them. The only good oil is flaxseed oil, and it cannot be heated. They found that in the human body, if you have cancer, that will actually feed, that the tumor would actually grow if it had oils in the body. The only one that did not make the tumor grow was flaxseed oil. So for a while, I think it was like for a month, 2 months, I took all the oils out of my diet. I decided to detox the oils. And I started just doing 2 tablespoons of flaxseed a day. And that was it. Flaxseed oil, not flax seeds, flaxseeds oil. I would like drizzle it, put it into my smoothie or whatever. And it did me a lot of good. It helped me out a lot. I started realizing that I was detoxing a lot of mucus. So I know I'm like going every direction here, but I really want you to see the oil connection, the fat connection. Yes, good fats don't cause as much, clogging of the arteries and this and that, but they're still not the best for you. So even though I will still cook with a little bit of oil, every blue moon, I will use avocado oil to cook with. And I have literally just taken, all the oils out of my diet, except for like, if I'm going to saute like onions and stuff like that, I will actually use vegetable broth, or I will use water. And I know a lot of people sit there and go, Marie, it's not the same taste. It's 2 different tastes. I will not actually cook anything and heat up oil unless it's just like I'm just jonesing for it. I'm just like, oh God, I'm just dying for something just sauteed. I just really want some sauteed onions or something. Then I'll do it. And that's usually about every 4 or 5 months that I have a little bottle of avocado oil. It's about this big, and it's been up there on my counter now for, I don't know, for months. Because all I'm doing is like 2 little tablespoons, and then I saute it. I'm trying to stay away from the heated oils. So, this is just my suggestion that I found to you. I know a lot of people that leave me comments under my videos and said, well, I didn't hear her document anything or give any, references of where she got this. And once again, people, I'm giving you my reference. I'm giving you my journey. I'm giving you my ideas. I'm giving you what happened to me along the way, the things that I've found. And maybe some of you are stuck and you can't lose weight, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, I've done everything that I can and I can't lose weight. Or, hey, I'm a raw foodist and I'm at a plateau. I can't understand why I'm at this plateau. Well, you know, every time that you eat nuts, I eat a lot of nuts. Every time you eat nuts, every time you eat oils, even coconut oil, avocados, even though these are all good fats, they're still going to keep the weight on. It's one of the ways that when you're vegan or you're a raw foodist, you keep the weight on. I've spoken to a lot of raw foodists and I've spoken to a lot of vegans who were extremely skinny. And that's what they told me. In order for me to keep this weight on, I eat a lot of nuts and I eat a lot of coconut oils and I eat a lot of avocados. I eat a lot of good fats and that's how I keep the weight on. So if you want to take the fat off, or if you're having problems with your liver, if you have cirrhosis of the liver, if you have fatty liver, if you have hep A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever, or any other problems with your liver, get off the fat, because your liver is really having a hard time processing this when it already can't process everything else. So it's even having a problem with that. So I'm going to try to end this here. If you are thinking about fat and what's going on, I just want you to focus on that one area of, you know, nutrition. And because it's about feeding the cells. I really want to get this in there. It's about getting nutrition to the cells. And if they're full of fat, they can't clean everything out, and your liver's all congested and your arteries are congested and every other, you got to get off the fat for a while. So I think for the next few months, I'm really detoxing the fat out of my diet. And you know, and that's about it. And then I will let you guys know if that worked for me, how that worked, and you know, if it's helping me to lose even more weight. I knew I had lost weight because my clothes were literally, my pants were starting to get real loose, and I thought, well, I'm just going to run up there and hop on the scale and see what it says. So, you know, so maybe we'll keep going that direction. Maybe with the T2 to help my thyroid. I mean, yeah, my T2 to help the thyroid, and the iodine to help my thyroid. It's getting things moving a little bit better. Getting, you know, the fats and the starch and the gluten out of my diet, you know. Maybe I can get to that point where everything will be in perfect balance. All right, till next week, stay happy, stay healthy, and kind of check out to see how much fat you got taken in the diet. Keep a log, keep a mental note, how much fat. Remember, even though nuts are healthy, even though avocados are healthy, coconut oil, avocado oil, it's still fat. Till next time.